Hello, medical intervention students. This is Mr. McFall. I'm going to talk to you about what you should be doing on the 6th and the 7th of January. And to kind of keep moving through, we're basically going to finish up 1.3. We may start some of 1.4 in class, which is going to be dealing with vaccines. Be looking for a test over Unit 1, probably the week of Martin Luther King holiday, which is in a couple weeks. So we'll move on to Unit 2 a little bit before that. So we are coming up to a big test. I'll give you more information on that next week. So also make sure you're getting assignments turned in again, just to reiterate that point. So aftermath hearing loss, here's that document. I'm going to scroll down. I did add a document in here just with the pandemic and not being here every day for you. I did put a document, an image in here under the audiogram. I drew it out for the Gold Day people, but so if you wanted to copy some version of this document, of this diagram onto your paper copy or refer to this. So this is how you read an audiogram. So you look at the audiogram, here you see hearing level in decibels, and as you go from top to bottom, it gets louder. Essentially, someone getting an audiogram. We're going to start doing the audiogram analysis. Hopefully analyzed your patient by now. So this audiogram analysis, when I look at it, sorry, as you go left to right, you can see frequency is increasing. So it's going from lower pitch to higher pitch, low frequency to high frequency. So these would be higher pitch sounds. And so this is going from quieter to louder as you go from top to bottom. And you see the blue color and the X's indicate the left ear, and the red color, the circles, are the right ear. And you can see that the two lines kind of follow each other. Both of them, and doing the same thing, indicates hearing is relatively similar in both. Now this range from 0 to 20, or from 20 and below, anything you can hear is normal hearing. The range is, so basically they start really quiet in the 0 to 10 range and increase the noise in the hearing test in the headphones. And so if someone can't hear it until, let's say, so this person could hear at this frequency of 250, they could hear that tone at between 10 and 20. So that would be normal hearing. If you can't hear it until between 20 and 40, that'd be mild hearing loss. So that would fit this person, in these mid-range frequencies of 1,000 to 2,000. So that's the mid-range frequencies that they would have mild hearing loss. Moderate hearing loss is when an individual can't hear a frequency between 40 and 70 decibels. Right? Remember, as these decibels go up by 10, it's 10 times, not just the factor, it's 10 times louder. And so it has to be much louder for them to hear this higher frequency, the 2,000 to 4,000 hertz range. So that would be moderate hearing loss. Severe hearing loss is between 70 and 90, and here you can see that that's where they are for the highest level of frequency. And then profound hearing loss has to be blaring at almost dangerous levels. Anything above 85 can do damage. So in this case, someone have to make it damaging level loud in order to hear it. And so someone that's in the moderate and up may be a candidate for hearing aids. And profound typically is there's really severe sensory neural damage. So this is usually when there's that sensory neural hearing loss, which you went over on this page. Sensory neural, just kind of show you like a comparison from the key for that, if I can find that. The sensory neural comparison to that, conductive and sensory neural. Sensory neural is inner ear. The audiogram usually shows that, and it's usually permanent. Aging is the big deal with that, right? And if you look at the pie chart, hopefully you did some research. It may look something like this. If not, you can copy this down. As far as hearing loss, born with it's about 5% infection or injury. That would be the case for Sue Smith. 17%. There can be other reasons, random types of unexplained reasons, basically, for these to happen. Aging, you can see, is 28%. That's the highest or second highest reason. And then the biggest reason for hearing loss is prolonged loud noises, which is essentially pretty preventable. And so this is more common to have sensory neural loss. Conductive hearing loss is typically temporary. And so that's usually like due to ear infections or a cold, something stuck in the ear, perforated eardrum, allergies, tumors. They're less common. That's conductive hearing loss, and that can be done with that Rene test, which we're going to do in class Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, so meningitis obviously damaged some of Sue Smith, and we're going to go over these results of these individuals and compare those to the audiograms in class. So we'll go through those, and basically you'll match those up, or you'll. So what I would, that's actually one thing I want you to be doing. I've given you some background information. Is I want you to, on your own time, something you're doing mainly on your own. May do a couple of these together in class. Is these 10 audiograms? Okay. Pause here. So you're going to look at these 10 audiograms, and if you want to look at these in more detail, you could click on 132 Student Resource Sheet, and you can look at, there's a document that has them more zoomed in, but basically what you're trying to do is identify which patient, go back to that, identify which patient matches. So, keep moving this. So which patient goes with these individuals. And so for each one, basically explain which patient it was, 1 through 10, and then what the condition is. So I won't tell you the patient number here, but if you look at this, one, for instance, they have normal hearing, right? They have normal hearing in their left ear. If you look at the blue, so normal hearing in their left ear, and then they have in their right ear. Okay, you can see the right ear is the red. In their right ear, they would have mild, right? Because it's in that 20 to 40 range, mild hearing loss in the right ear. But anytime you see these little marks, when we go to the other file, so you can see that. Anytime you see these little conductive marks, all right, these are for conductive hearing loss. These will only show up if there's conductive hearing loss. So in this case, see the little marks match on the blue, so it's the same. They don't match on the red. So anytime you see these little marks, that would indicate conductive hearing loss. So you would say that this person is normal hearing in their left ear, and then mild conductive hearing loss in their right ear. Patient, and really at all frequencies it's the same. Versus patient B, to look at these, you would say they're both ears are the same. You don't see the little conduction marks. So any hearing loss would be sensory neural. And so they have normal hearing at low and mid-level frequencies, but at higher frequencies, they appear to have sensory neural hearing loss that you would describe as from mild to moderate, right? Because this is the moderate range, this is the mild range. So you'd say mild to moderate sensory neural hearing loss at high frequencies. All right, so that's what I would want you to put for this. So mild to moderate sensory neural, go like SN or whatever, hearing loss at high frequencies. This person in both ears. And then you would put this as patient, once again, patient 1 through 10. That's back in 131, looking at this resource sheet. So you would then just look for a patient, and they're scrambled, of course, that has mild, hearing loss, mild to moderate hearing loss at high frequencies. Okay, so you'd have to look through there and try to find that. So that would hopefully help you finish that part. Okay, so that's the 1-3 workbook at this point, and then the other thing you can be doing at home is researching these 3 careers: audiologist, otolaryngologist. Don't worry about listing your sources. Make sure you use valid sources, like what are their jobs, what type of college do they need, and their salary. We'll do this Rene test in class, okay? And at this point, don't do anything with the cochlear controversy. I'm going to show a couple of things in class for that. But cochlear implants, we'll just talk about that in class. I'm not going to have you do this page, so don't worry about doing that. So, long story short, what you need to do between now, so on the day that you're not in class, and we're also going to start some of 1.4 or in class is make sure you understand how to read an audiogram, match these audiograms up with the patients, finish up this career information, analyze these things. And then the speech and noise test. That's the last thing that you need to do on your own. So we're going to do this Renee test in class together. The speech and noise test, go to 132, and you scroll down to here, speech and noise test, and you click this and put some headphones on. Hopefully you can try to do this. And you go through and do this test, and click on this. Let's say you're 18 or whatever. No, I don't wear any devices. Okay, and then set up. You set your audio up for that, and you will take the test from there. And basically, it'll keep asking you to do the test and the external noise. And you try to understand what's being said or pick up what number is being said during that hearing test. So if I just kind of do a quick demo of this, so computer speakers. So here you go. That's enough. And then go to take the test, and you will click on, so you're going to hear a voice speaking 3 numbers, and then record them using the number keypad or your keyboard. Okay, so from there, that'll be the next test. So click on start the test. So I heard 8, 9, 3. Do it. I got 9, 9, 6, I think. So anyway, you'll go through and do that, and from there, hopefully, do that test, and then you'll give a little bit of feedback on that, recording your results. So, and it'll tell you if that's normal for your age. So that's a test that you can do at home. So once again, when you're at home, do the audiogram matching. Okay, make sure you've done your patient case study analysis and finished everything before this, and audiogram analysis, and then careers and that speech and noise test, and then we'll start 1.4 when you're here. So thank you, and I will. Once again, this whole packet is not going to make it due until Monday, so you have time to catch up on things. All right, thanks, and I'll see you in class.